Hello student, welcome to the next video of Business Studies class 11 and we are doing business services and here we are in this video we will cover types of insurance and in types of insurance in this video we are just going to cover life insurance and this general insurance and types of general insurance we will see in the next video. So let's see the types of insurance. So there are two types of insurance. One is life and general insurance. Means life insurance is totally separated from general insurance, and under general insurance there are marine insurance, fire insurance and various other insurance like health insurance, then your vehicle insurance, crop insurance, sports insurance, burglary insurance. So different other various other insurance are there. So under general insurance we are just going to study about marine insurance and fire insurance. So let's start with life insurance in this video. Student, have you ever thought that what if any earning member of a family is no more? Who will take care of the family who are dependent on his income? After all, life is uncertain. So now let's take one example where say a person named Radhe is a man who is the only earning member of his family. So to protect himself against such mishappening or against such uncertainty, Radhe has taken life insurance policy from one of the insurance company. Life insurance policy, so what is it? So life insurance, it may be defined as a contract in which the insurer, in consideration of certain premium, agrees to pay to the assured or to the person for whose benefit the policy is taken the assured sum of money on the happening of a specified event contingent to on the human life or at the expiry of certain period. So in this case of life insurance, student, what happens that the insurer take a fees and that fees is known as premium, and the insurance company, the one who is taking this premium, they agree to pay to the assured. Now student, just uh, see that there is a word assured use, not insured. You know why? Because the life insurance is said to be an assured policy and the rest of the general insurance they are said to be insured. But here in life insurance it is said to be assured. There is a difference between insured and assured because here the person, they will get back their money either on the expiry of that particular time period or on the happening of that event, either of the case, but the money they'll get back the money. Means in another kind of general insurance we have seen that if the mishappening will take place, only then only the person will get the money, but in case of life insurance the person is assured that they will get back the money, either of the case. So agrees to pay the assured or to the person for whose benefit the policy is taken. Means either the person himself will get back the money or this will be benefit to their dependent for whom this policy has been taken. Clear? And at the happening of that particular event. So as we were talking about our case of Radhe, so Radhe has taken life insurance policy with some insurance company. So this life insurance policy, it will provide protection to Radhe against the uncertainty of life, and for providing such protection to Radhe, insurance company charges a fees called insurance premium, as we have already talked about here, and insurance company promises to pay certain amount either on Radhe's death or when Radhe attains a certain age, any of the one. Means if Radhe is dead, then definitely his family member dependent will get back the money, and if suppose Radhe is still alive till then attaining at certain age, Radhe himself will get back the money. So hence this insurance provides protection to the family at a premature death or provide an amount at an old age, when definitely at the old age we all know that earnings might have come down. So Radhe in this way get into the habit of saving as he has to pay insurance premium regularly, isn't it? Means one will also get the habit of saving. This one is clear. Now the elements of life insurance contract, they are: must have all the essentials of a valid contract, means every element of a valid contract should be present here in life insurance also. Then again, utmost good faith should be there. We have already discussed in principles of insurance, insurable interest. And one more thing, student, all it is always asked that which insurance is not a contract of indemnity. It is life insurance. Why? Because in another kind of insurance like fire insurance or marine insurance or any other car insurance, if I am taking, suppose, so what will happen, like if suppose my car is damaged, so definitely I will get back a new car. But in case of person, though you are getting back the money, but you won't be able to get back the same person again. Clear? So now let's see these elements in detail. So the main elements, life insurance contract are essential of a valid contract, means the life insurance contract must have all the essentials of a valid contract. Then utmost good faith, again the insurer and the assured both, the contract of life insurance is a contract of utmost good faith. The assured should be honest, means the person like Radhe in our case, he should be honest. If he suppose if he is suffering from any sickness, so he should disclose it to the insurance company, and truthfulness in giving information to the insurance company. Then insurable interest in life insurance, the insured must have insurable interest in the life of assured. Then fourth point says not a contract of indemnity. Life insurance contract is not a contract of indemnity. The life of a person, of a human being, cannot be compensated, and only a specified sum of money is paid. Means you cannot compensate the life of a person. Clear? Now student, there are different types of life insurance policies. Like suppose Radhe has a family, okay, where he has mother, wife, and one child. So there are different, means these members, they are of different age groups, and definitely their requirements are also different. So for that, Radhe has to take different kinds of life insurance policy for them. So now on the basis of this, we are going to study about different types of insurance policy. So the first one is whole life policy. In this kind of policy, the amount payable to the insured will not be paid before the death of the assured. The sum then becomes payable only to the beneficiaries or year of the deceased. So as the name suggests, whole life policy means this policy has to be taken for the whole life period, and it will only be paid after the death of the assured. It won't be paid before that. Like it is also a term plan, and here the nominee gets the death benefit at the death of the life insured, and there is no maturity in this policy. Okay, like in our example of Radhe, his father has taken suppose this policy, and this policy covers the amount payable to his father will not be paid before his death, but the amount is paid to the beneficiaries after the death of the father. And student, you know who the beneficiaries are? Means what does this beneficiary mean? This is those whom the father has certified will receive the amount, and if in case not certified, then the amount will go to his here. Okay, then the next one is your endowment life assurance policy. So the insurer undertakes to pay a specified sum when the insured attains a particular age or on his death, whichever is earlier. The sum is payable to his legal heir or nominee named therein in case of death of the assured. Otherwise, the sum will be paid to the assured after the fixed period. So in this case, what happens? Suppose the Radhe will get the amount. Suppose Radhe has taken such policy, endowment life assurance policy. So Radhe will get the amount when he attains certain age or his death, whichever is earlier, means any of these. Either he attains a particular age or on his death, and the amount is paid to his legal heir or nominee, whosoever name is being mentioned in the policy. and the policy matures after the period of time. After the fixed period, the policy matures. Now the another one is joint life policy. This policy is taken up by two or more persons. The premium is paid jointly or either of them in installment or lump sum. Assured sum or policy money is payable upon the death of any one person to the other survivor or survivors. Now, what is joint life policy? Like again in our example of Radhe, if suppose Radhe has taken up this policy, Radhe and his wife jointly, and the premium to be paid, it could be paid either by both or by anyone. It can be paid jointly by both or either by Radhe or his wife, and it can also be paid either in installment or lump sum. In means one time payment can also be done and installment can also be done. And the money is payable by the company on the death of one person to the other survivor. Means if any one of the partner is dead, then the another one will get the money. And if at the death of both the person, then what will this amount will be paid? Whom this amount will be paid? It will be paid to the person who have been nominated earlier by them in the contract. Whomsoever name has been mentioned in the contract, that person will get the maturity amount. Then is your annuity policy. The assured sum or policy money is payable after the assured attains a certain age in monthly, quarterly, half yearly or annual installment. And student, you know, this annuity policy is a kind of, you may say, like pension plans also, because nowadays as private companies, they won't have pension plans. So people used to take this annuity policy. Like suppose Radhe has opted for this policy, then the amount could be paid to him when he attains certain age. And this is useful generally for those who need regular income after certain specified age, like after 60, if suppose a person wants still to be earning, so they used to take this annuity policy. Then the next one is children's endowment policy. This policy is taken up by a person for his or her children to meet the expenses of their education or marriage. The agreement states that a certain sum will be paid by the insurer when the children attain a particular age. So in this case, what happened, that the person, they used to take this children endowment policy for to meet the expenses like children's education or for the marriage of the children. And it's like in our case, Radhe has a single child, girl child, and now suppose he definitely he has to think about her studies, her marriage. So Radhe has taken up this, has to bear these expenses. So now for this, Radhe has taken this children's endowment policy, and this insurance is meant to be availed when the children attain certain age, either education or marriage. And here the premium has to be paid by the person who signs the contract, or you may say generally the parents. Clear? So this is the types of policies. And student, this is all about this in this video. So thank you and take care, and in case of any doubt, you can ask me through comment box. And student, please do like, share and subscribe the video. Thank you.